Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them.
Hello everyone, welcome to Learning the Basics on Applying Makeup for Year End Recital as well as competition. My name is Miss Cara and our lovely dancer today is Katie. We'll be applying all of the different makeup and hopefully you can just use these tips to do your best and know that it's not that hard, and with practice it will become really easy. Thank you for watching. So the first thing we want to remember is always to have a clean face. So to start off, you're going to wash her face with a nice warm cloth. Make sure it's totally dry, and then you can apply a little bit of lotion on her face, but nothing too greasy. Makeup will stick a little bit better when there is a little bit of moisture on the skin. So nothing like oil, but just a little bit of face lotion would be great. So we're going to skip that stage just for the purpose of the video, but feel free to do that at home. You're going to apply your foundation over the entire face. This will prevent any shine from happening on stage. You may see up close, you might think it will look a little bit heavy. However, when all the lights are shining down on the dancers, it is very important that their entire face is covered so that they don't get shine, and also you'll be able to see their features. With little kids, we do recommend you using either a sponge application or a brush. And with older kids, if they feel more comfortable using foundation, you can do that. You just want to make sure that it doesn't peel or bead when they sweat. So powder is recommended. If there's any blemishes, you can use a concealer, or you can go a little bit heavier using your finger. She doesn't have blemishes, but I'm just going to pretend she's got some. So I'll just cover it up a little bit here. And same if they have any dark circles around the eyes for pictures, you can just put a little bit more underneath the eyes. Excellent. The next thing we're going to do is, and it's not in order of importance, you can do whatever you feel is most comfortable, is the blush. So we do use a nice bright pink blush. She's going to suck in her cheekbones to make the face of a fish. Okay, you're going to apply exactly on the cheekbones. So we want to avoid putting blush over the entire face. We really want to make sure that the cheekbones stand out, and you can use a nice round brush to apply on the cheekbones. The color that we're using again is a bright pink to give color rather than a brown color. If you need makeup, we do have packages available for sale at the studio, or mom, if you have your own makeup that fits the colors, feel free to use that. So she relaxes her face, and again, it's nice and strong on the cheekbones. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the brown eyeshadows. So we're going to go our lighter brown over the entire eyelid, and it's going to, she's going to close her eyes. We're going to apply over the entire lid from the inside all the way out. And you're going to go all the way up to her natural end before you get to the eyebrow. So don't carry it right to the eyebrow. I just kind of cut a little bit shorter. And again, with little kids, it's important that they just close their eyes. You want to let them feel relaxed. And again, from the inside of the eye all the way out, and just not extending right to the eyebrow. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the darkest part of the brown eyeshadow. You can also mix a little bit of black into it to get a little bit of definition. You apply from the center of the eyelid and extend it out. So I just make a little bit of a mark here, and I'm going to extend it out. This will give a little bit more of a definition when her eyeball is open. So again, it's the lighter brown over the entire eye, and then from the center part out, halfway through the eyelid, just place it there and extend it out in line with the eyebrow. And again, the other side. If you prefer to use brushes for application, that's just great. We just want to follow the eye placement again. So light brown over the entire eye, darker brown center of the eyeball, extend out in line with the natural eyebrow. She'll open her eyes up and you'll be able to see a little bit of definitions. The next thing we're going to do is they're going to apply a little bit of white. I'm just using my finger, but you can use your brush underneath the eyebrow to allow the eyebrow to pop a little bit, and also just cleans up the lines of the eyeshadow. If your child does not have darker eyebrows, if they are very blonde or their eyebrow is not full, it's a great idea to use a little bit of a pencil liner. And you just apply it right to the eyebrow and extend out on the natural curve of the eyebrow. So don't try to fill it out too big, we just want to get a little bit of color. The next thing we're going to do is the eyeliner. You can use a liquid pen. So as I apply it on my hand, you'll see that it comes out very easily. This is L'Oreal, the brand, and it's very easy to use. The other alternative for little kids, which I would recommend for tiny toes and younger, is an actual pencil. This way it will not bleed, and if they cry or they rub their eye, it's less chance of smearing. So I'm going to show you one of each. The first is the pencil. You apply it from the center of the eyeball. You go right to the eyelid. So I want to make sure I'm as close to the eyelashes as possible. If you're having a hard time putting it on, you can warm it up with a hair blow dryer and it will come out a little bit smoother. So you apply it all the way to the top and then we extend out 1/2 inch. This again will give a little bit of an accent to the eyeballs. And she opens her eye and look at the camera, it shows that it makes the eyelashes appear a little bit larger. If you choose, you can also apply, and looking up to the ceiling, a little bit underneath. For little kids, it's not that necessary, because sometimes it's uncomfortable for them, but for older kids, we'd highly recommend it. And you just attach to the eye from the top and the bottom. You can use your finger just to smooth it in. For pictures, it is important that you use the proper application, but you don't have to go as heavy so that the pictures will still look beautiful. Here is the liquid pencil, again, applies really easy, and her eyeball is closed. I'm always good on the other side. And you can extend from the inside of the eye out. This goes on really nice. And then again, extending out 1/2 inch. Now because my hand wasn't perfectly straight, you can choose to use a little bit of a Q-tip and just kind of clean this area up a tiny bit. So this would be excellent for kids that are older. And you can just blend it in a bit, opening up your eyes and looking to the front. So this eye has no eyeliner underneath, this eye has both. The next thing we're going to be doing is the mascara. And the mascara is probably the hardest one to do. A couple secret tips is you can put a little bit of baby powder on the eyelashes. So you just put it on your hand or foundation powder and you blink into it. It'll just thicken up the eyelash naturally. For little kids, they can actually close their eyes, so I'll show one of each, or they can look all the way down to the floor. So I'm going to keep her eyes closed, and you can just apply it on the lashes. And with mascara, you do want to apply to the top and bottom. Then she's going to look up to the ceiling, and I'm just going to keep applying. Ideally, she doesn't blink, which she's doing an amazing job at. If you do start to blink, just hold it out a little bit, and she can blink into the eye. So now blink into the brush. Great, and this will just help put it on. When we're doing the lower lid, she can look up to the sky, and I can get the lower eyelashes. With older kids, we highly recommend that you use the eyelash extensions. It gives them a further definition, and it's super easy to apply. Little kids, it's not necessary. You can choose to curl the eyelashes as well, and you can preferably do it after the mascara has dried so that you get a nice crease and it will look nice and smooth. You can also try to do the eyelash extension or eyelash curler before and after if you choose. Looking at the lovely camera, wow. So this is another thing that you can do if you have a little child such as a tiny toe when you're applying the eye makeup. The best thing for them to do is to lie completely down on the floor. They can keep their eyes open when you're doing the lower lid of the eyeliner. So keep your eyes open and looking all the way up to the ceiling. And when they're keeping their eyes closed, it will also allow you to apply without them pulling away and having a little bit of a steadier hand for you. Then the last step is the lip liner. You can choose to use the lip liner over the entire lips and pencil it in, or you can use a lipstick. Little kids, we definitely recommend what's going to go on easy but not come off easy. So a pencil is probably the best, and a matte pencil. So those take a little bit longer to put on, but they will actually stay on a little bit better. So if you make a boo-boo like that, the best thing to do is use a little Q-tip or a wipe. And you just apply to where you get it. For pictures, if you feel that you still have a little bit of color where it wasn't supposed to go, sorry Katie, you can put a little bit of foundation again over it. With the lips, we want to avoid extending the lips and drawing in false lips. You just want to go on the natural ability and the natural line of the lip. If you choose to use a little bit of the red lipstick, make sure it's a nice bright red lipstick. She can open her lips like a nice smile, and you can apply. The last safety check is for her to put her finger in her mouth like this and pull it out. Any excess lipstick will go on her finger rather than her teeth, so when she smiles, it's going to be perfect. So have a look at the camera. Let's give Miss Katie a big round of applause. Thank you, moms, for your dedication to making sure you know how to do the makeup properly for your child. I promise you will only take about 5 to 10 minutes after you've had a few trial runs. And again, you want to go heavier for competition and the year-end show. You can go a little bit lighter for pictures. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the show. Once the child is on stage, there's quite a bit of distance. So up close, you may have thought that the makeup was quite heavy. However, from a distance, you can hardly see it. So I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of get an idea of how far we've gone. This is just in our red room. As I'm zooming in, you can start to see her features. And again, it doesn't look too gaudy and it looks nice and clean, just applying to her natural, beautiful face and her features.